Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. So this is the fourth attempt to make this video. I got some technical difficulties and I couldn't use the OBS, so you're gonna have all the articles that I will feature in this one like this. Not beautiful on the image. Why? Because I'm in Romania and that's a beautiful country. Too bad it's populated. So what do we have here? We have 4 topics and very important topics. But first, I caught a cold. I'm fighting a cold or some virus. I don't know, maybe AIDS or something, who the hell knows. And I'm sweaty as hell, but I don't want to lay in bed. Why? Because the things are too important for me to lay like a cadaver in bed. Open the door, sweaty as a pig, and obviously this not to show you my chest, hairy chest, but because I'm going to sweat and I want to sweat. So we have 4 topics here. First, Obama's hand is in the removal of Biden. They have 2 articles on that topic. Another topic is related to the G20 summit that will be organized by Brazil in Brazil, and the president of Brazil, Lula da Silva, will invite the bad guy. And there's a little catch. Brazil is a signatory of a certain kind of court, and there was an arrest warrant issued against the bad guy. So we'll see how he's going to maneuver. The next topic has to do with something that confirms my predictions, the normal prediction, I would say. I don't want to put a medal around my neck because I don't think it was a prediction that I haven't heard it before at that time, which was about 2.5 years ago. When I said it, I haven't heard it. I'm pretty sure some other people thought about it. Maybe they said it. And that is Russia and the other club will create alternate institutions to the Western institutions that can sanction you and kick you out and show you the carrot and then the club. So that's what the Russians will do, and Putin explains what's the next step. And the last topic has to do with Zaluzhny, General Zaluzhny. He is in London. He presented finally his credentials to the British government or to an official over there. There's something that I was asking about 5 days ago because I read an article from, I think it was the Ukrainska Pravda, and they said, well, Zaluzhny, the ambassador to London. And I made a video on that, and I said, he didn't present his credential. Where is he? Is he still alive, or what's going on? And then the next day, the very next day, these guys came and say, yeah, he's going to go to, they didn't answer me. I don't know what the hell that was. But the second day, and the second or the third time when this happened, when I say something, I ask where someone is, like Budanov, is he dead, not? The next day he shows up, or they feature a freaking article on him, showing him in a different picture to show us that he is still functional. So same with Zaluzhny. Zaluzhny was now pictured today in a suit with a British official presenting his credentials. We'll see. We got Photoshop, don't we? So the first article, Biden and Obama. From Rolling Stones, it is from July 11th, 2024. Here it is. I have to work like this because I'm used to. I remember I lived in a communist time, so in order for us to catch some signal from Serbia, let's say they were broadcasting a World Cup or something like that, football, we had to do all kind of hanky-panky, like stand in one foot, stick your tongue out, close one eye, scratch your balls, and maybe the signal will come across the mountains to Sibiu from Serbia or Bulgaria sometime. And that's exactly how I have to work over here. Like I'm in a cockpit right here. Not in a cock, but in a cockpit here. All kind of things. But hey, this is when you are gone. All right, enough bitching. Rolling Stones. Obama knew Clooney was going to call for Biden to drop out. He didn't try to stop him. So they say Obama, an adult, did not try, another adult, free person, Clooney, did not try Clooney to call from calling, hey, Biden should drop out. Now, this tells us the level of the connection and of the system. Clooney is an actor. He might be smart. I never heard anything smart politically coming from him. Personally, I'm pretty sure he said certain smart things, but I haven't heard. So for me, it's not a. But because he's a, I don't know how they call them right now, VIPs, whatever they call them. Then certain strata of the society listens to him and admire what he has to say and will follow suit. If he says yes, they will be yes. If he says no, they will say no. All right, you got the point. So Clooney said maybe Biden should beat it now. Now, Clooney, how about 5 years ago? You didn't see it 5 years ago? I thought you saw it. I think you saw it, unless you were a weasel. If you didn't see it, you were just your observation abilities or skills are very deficient. Being nice, not that you suck in assessing people, but you want us to not vote for that or vote for that now. Anyway, that's not so revealing as the other article coming from The Hill. And Morning Joe, an system operative, this is Morning Joe, hosts Biden campaign sees, so he says that Biden campaign sees Obama's hand in calls to drop out. That is, Obama wants this guy out. Who is Obama rooting for? Well, I don't think he's going to root for an American. I think he's going to root for someone from his group. And that's not fair. I was always around against Romanian Americans, French Americans, African Americans. You are either American or you're not. But hey, that's me. Nevertheless, so we have now Obama and Michelle Obama wanting to get this guy out. That tells you the dynamics, who's behind whom. I wonder where Clinton is. Did Obama push the Clinton clan to the side? Because it's on clans. The clans. Remember, the Kennedy clan was, if I remember correctly, well, I don't want to put the, how do you call it, the Adams clan first, so many years ago. I don't want to put, for instance, Roosevelt clan. But I'm going to definitely put the Kennedy clan. Royalties. And then after that, you will have the, obviously, Bush clan. And then you have Clinton clan. And then they try to make Obama clan. And I think Trump fights for his clan as well. That tells you about democracy, all right? All right, so one thing in this way of choosing leaders that I agree with, and it was a success story, I would say, was in the case of Paul family, Rand Paul and Ron Paul. So Ron Paul was a Kentucky House of Representatives, U.S. House of Representatives. Now Rand Paul is a Kentucky senator, one of the two. So help his son, and he didn't miss. But I think everybody else missed, including the Clintons, including the Obama's will. That's my prediction. But Clinton is not over. Remember, he's got that ugly motherfucker waiting in the and not only ugly. I don't think she's very smart. You know who I'm talking? We have a British club called FC Chelsea. Anyway, she's gonna be there. I guarantee you. And then those Malina, Malona, Malana, Galana, Biden, Obama, they are coming over. And then we have, what's his name, Barron, Trump. If these guys are not, everybody else, that's next in line. You'll see. We're talking about what? 5 years, 7 years. So Morning Joe, Biden campaign sees Obama's hand in calls to drop out. That tells you who's who, what's what the dynamics are. All right, next article. Sputnik, Brazil will soon send G20 summit invitations to leaders, including Putin, foreign ministry. Here it is. Sputnik, because I can't work with this because OBS took a shit on me and I don't have time and the mood especially to do it. This is Lula da Silva, the communist with big balls and who is a sly old fox. Knows exactly who's who, what's what. And he withstands the garbage coming from Al Capone, like Modi of India did, or Xi Jinping, which I think for Xi Jinping was the easiest for Xi Jinping. For Modi was harder, and for Lula the harder. But the problem, the Lula knows who is who, because he has a long history with the communists and the capitalists. So, Brazil will soon send invitation to attend the G20 summit to heads of state, including Russian President Vladimir Zelensky, Putin, Joel Souza Pinto Sampaio, like Sampaio. Sampaio, head of the Brazilian Foreign Ministry's Social Communications Department, told Sputnik, and I'm quoting, in the coming weeks, invitations will be sent to all heads of participant states. Brazil has held the G20 presidency since December 1st, 2023. The final summit in Rio de Janeiro will be held on November 18th to 19th of this year. Other things can happen, other people can die by then. Next one. This is where I predicted that Russia will break these things in two. Why? Let me read you the article first, present it to you. Sputnik, right there. And the title is Putin not ruling out creation of BRICS Parliament in future. BRICS Parliament. There's going to be a new United Nations, my friends. And I'm quoting, yes, BRICS does not yet have its own institutionalized parliamentary structure, but I believe that this idea will definitely be implemented in the future, end quote, Putin said in an address to the BRICS Parliamentary Forum in St. Petersburg. It says, I'm quoting, I'm convinced that by working together cohesively, we will be able to maximize the economic, investment, technological, and human potential of our countries, strengthen the constructive influence of BRICS on global processes, make the world in which we live safer and much more harmonious. So, when did I first say that? That was when these guys imposed sanctions on Russia. The Americans imposed sanctions on Russia and told the Europeans, you gotta sanction yourselves in the same way we don't sanction ourselves. That was exactly when they start saying the commercial vessels of the Russians would not be able to function because of some technicality in the insurance. So the insurers of those boats stopped insuring, so that means they were illegally traveling the world. And these guys turned off their connecting shit and they don't know where they're at. Remember? That's when I said it. And it was a few days after they kicked Russia out of SWIFT. And I said, these guys, the Russians, will create alternate institutions because the West can grab anybody by the balls because they created this institution, that institution, those insurers, SWIFT, banking, messaging system, and others they created so they can kick you out and they can threaten you because you depend. You want to hook yourself, your economy, to the banking system, international banking system, World Bank and International Monetary Fund and others we can mention here, right? Child and others. You want to do that? Well, you're gonna come here. Whenever we don't like something you don't do for us or you do, we threaten you and we'll kick you out with sanctions and then you're out. So, and there was no alternative, including the cash. Remember, the Russians had a problem paying or receiving payments for their oil and gas. Why? Because they were not allowed to make payments or receive payments through SWIFT. So the Russian says, okay, we're going to do it like this, off. And they will create alternate institutions, including, I see, maybe a kind of parallel United Nations. United Nations is garbage, mostly because you have the veto power of two very distinct blocks nowadays. And you have Russia and China, and you have over there Great Britain and United States of America, and I don't know, France probably has also, I don't know why, but it has, I think, I can't remember, whatever. The other side, let's put it this way, mildly. Why it should not have? Because it did not win the Second World War. That's the whole thing. I mean, General de Gaulle came in Paris, like he liberated Paris, but behind him was the American army, right? Not French armée. You don't like that? Check history. All right, so that's what it is. Putin is going to create parallel institutions. And not, if he says that, it's not they walk up with a hard-on or something. That means they already talked about it. They agreed upon this. Wait. Now, the new Voice of Ukraine, Zaluzhny presents ambassadorial credentials in London. And here is the article, because we have to do it like baboons in the cave. Here we are. So he is dressed, pop, 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 and you have a big teeth woman over there. Why? Because she barely can close her mouth. An observation, right there. You don't believe me? Go and check the article. Is there anything wrong with that? No. But I can make fun of anyone else as anyone else can make fun of me, right? So, my friends, that's it. That's it. Zaluzhny is in business, and we'll see how long he will stay over there. Probably kept to very much observation by the, what do they have? Not FSB, SSB, I think the Ukrainians have, which is Zelensky's guys. And not Zelensky's guys, I think the Americans' guys, because Americans are everywhere. Why? Because they are like the good is everywhere, the good. Even if you don't like or you want it to be around you, the good will stay with you and tell you what to do. And if you don't do that, the good will threaten you. And the good will blackmail you. And the good will maybe organize a little regime change. And then if you don't like that, they're gonna just bomb the shit out of you. Because that's what the good employs to push the good agenda for people who can see and feel the good. Like these guys can see it. So much garbage. Garbage too much? Let's wipe my garbage hole. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.